The other day I took some photographs of Blyth when it was really sunny, but what I thought I'd do is do a video of it as well, because I think the video shows a totally different angle on the photos. The only shame today it's not clear blue skies like it was the other day. So we're at Blyth Church, just here, and then just at the side of it was an old priory, and what I'm going to do is I'll stop the camera in a minute and I'll actually take you to those priory gates. There's just one last look at the church, and it's called St Mary's and St Martin's if I remember it right, and if I'm wrong I'll tell you at the gate the correct name. So I'm just outside the church gates. There's no confirmation of the name, but I'm sure it's St Mary's and St Martin anyway. But I'm going to actually walk down to where the old priory was, and all I'm going to do is go around the side of the church and up here. It's an extremely busy road through Blyth. There's only about 1,100 people live here, but the traffic's absolutely horrendous through the village. Give you some sort of appreciation. But we're just approaching the priory gates now.
When they will see
My understanding is under Henry VIII, when they got rid of all the monasteries, this is one of the monasteries that went along with Roche Abbey. And I am told in the church grounds a psychic went round it and said that some quite unpleasant things had happened, so I'm going to say that they probably murdered a few of the monks either from this priory or from Roche Abbey. But behind here now is just a housing estate, so I don't know how long ago the priory went, but really nice gates on it. So I'm going to go back to the centre of Blyth and show you the 4 pubs there, very close together. You could have had a pub crawl in the past before all the drink driving things. So this is the road I came from at Dinnington. And you've got rows of cottages around here. Makes me wonder how people go in these, because it's quite noisy. One of the guys living in one of the properties came out to have a word with me, and he said that it does go quiet at night, but I think at this sort of time it's probably a busy time. It's not a big village, but it's got a couple of mini roundabouts. Got the Red Hart Hotel here. There's a beer garden behind the back. But they're all very in close proximity to each other, these pubs. So that's Sheffield, the road I come down. Being an anti-lockdown person, this is an absolute ideal junction for a protest with my sign, so I put that one in the back of my head, especially if they bring out vaccine passports. I'll be on this busy set of roundabouts, and you'll see why in a moment. But I wanted to show you the Angel Inn, and you actually drive under the Angel Inn through the building. You can see it just to the left hand side. It says car park. You drive straight under there into the car park, and I think there's a beer garden around the back. And I've had a meal in there in the past. What I'm just going to do is get on the other side. You can see that says Angel Cottages. But it's very quaint, and it makes me wonder where the wealth comes from for a village like this. Somebody said it was the priory where all the wealth came from. I think there's probably a little bit more to it than that, because the priory probably went back in the 1600s. I think there's probably some very rich landowners around here. It's like, I always wonder where the wealth came from Bawtry, and I found out that wealth came from it being an inland port in the past when they used to transport goods down the River Idle, but the River Idle isn't quite what the River Idle is anymore. So we've got the third pub here, the Four Ways Hotel. Now I thought I'd actually stopped off here for a drink when I've been on a cycle from where I live towards Lincoln. We started at Old Coats, but what I think is I may have actually had the drink at Bawtry rather than at Blyth, because it doesn't quite look the same. Because I can remember going in a pub, and I'm sure it looks more like one of the pubs down at Bawtry rather than one of these pubs. There, looking back, that's Sheffield Road up there, extremely busy. There's not many shops around here. There's Blyth Craft Shop, and that's one of the big shames about it. It looks like there's no real village life here anymore. It looks like it's where all the townies live or sleep and then work elsewhere. So there's an Indian cuisine here. There's the back of the Red Hart Hotel. And I'm just going to turn my video off while I cross the road. So we're looking right back up there to the church. Looks quite nice as you're driving in from Old Coats against the countryside. We've got two small mini roundabouts here, and it creates a right log jam. Like I say, I'm a bit thinking if they're bringing vaccine passports, well, it's the ideal place. It's a real shame that there isn't a lot of facilities here. I think there is a post office. Got Barnby Memorial Hall. Now if anybody else knows more about the village, please tell me. I normally drive through it or I cycle through it. And then we've got an old Methodist church here. The old Methodist church, owned by somebody now who lives in it, I guess. Back up there. Looks like they've just got the one. Post office and a shop. And then the fourth pub I know about is just here, the White Swan. Bit smaller than the other ones. But I think that's really about it for Blyth. Really quaint little village, probably a lovely place to live. Shame there weren't more shops. But if you know more about the village, please give me a shout. But I'm just going to turn back around, show you the White Swan. That's a better angle on the White Swan. So there's 4 pubs here. I'm sure you can have a small pub crawl on a Friday, Saturday night, and have your stag or hen do's around here if you want. I'm not sure they want that type of thing going off around here though. It's sort of quite an upmarket little village. So I hope that gives you an appreciation of Blyth. Pop down for a drink in one of the pubs, but I think that's the only place you're going to get a coffee around here. So that's my village, my video completed now. Anyway, speak to you again next week.